What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 439 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 100. Fusion, of course, fresh off of the heels, just 24 hours removed from the phenomenal pay-per-view event that was Dark Carnival last night. Certainly saw a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And perhaps a downside for this man who will be kicking off the show. An action-packed one, as always, Brandon Rain, ladies and gentlemen, or as you probably know him better as, Black Gale, returned last night in Dark Carnival as a very last-second icing against Ryan Riley and RGP, but it was Pullman who was able to retain against the odds by pinning Brandon Rain. Afterwards, it seemed like Brandon, of course, remember the reason he was out of action for the weeks that he was that Johnny Sampson had put him in rehab, and as he was in rehab, he was forced to relinquish his Rising Star Championship because he could not defend it. As we know, the belt must be defended every 2 weeks. After the matchup at Dark Carnival last night, Brandon Rain was seen backstage with a bottle of alcohol in his hands, but he fought the urge, smashing it against the wall. Even though last night he came up short, he certainly looked, dare I say, better than he ever has. Definitely more clear-minded without the alcohol coursing through his veins, and now a chance to try to start fresh here on Monday Night Fusion. Has one hell of an opponent to go up against in doing so. What up, Topher? The very elusive Tomcat 702 Echo. Hello. Thanks for joining me. It is going to be what a hell of a show, no doubt about that. Now on the road to Regicide, the third annual Regicide, 4 weeks away for the Fusion roster. Of course, in 2 weeks will be the next time CMV is on pay-per-view for the Genesis. I'm pronouncing for a second. Exclusive pay-per-view Point Break 2 Elimination Chamber matches there. But of course, we know at Regicide, every single championship on the Fusion roster will be defended. We have 2 #1 contenders matches tonight. The first for the tag team titles, as we will see the Brass Ring Club take on Shindig Shebang. A little bit of a rubber match between those 2 teams. And then later on in the show, a 6-pack challenge, as voted by the CM Universe, will crown us a new #1 contender for the United States title. Featuring Azrael, Perry Heaton, Harvey Hastings, Maseo Yum, Alistair Knox, and Jacob Ziegler, as here comes Brandon Rain, my friends. Chris Andrews with a tweet here saying, "What did he do, mate? Murdered a beer?" I got that completely wrong. Sorry, I looked away from it. He said, "You what, mate? He murdered a beer, the bastard." The Bloody Brit enjoys a lager. Of course, he's got a big match coming up this Friday on Genesis. Chris Andrews challenges Guri Sukhanov for the Alpha Championship. That can't seriously get on. What in the hell? Come on. I feel like this is going to be another situation where I'm going to have to turn my room around in order to fix this, because I don't know why it would be lagging again. I should have done a test earlier today. Fix this. I've tried everything. Reset my router. Freaking lowered the quality. I don't know what more I can possibly do here to try to fix this. Jeez Louise, you know. I'm not commenting right now. I'm looking at the thing, trying to see if it lags real bad. Yo, what up, Dynamic? Just watching this for a couple of minutes. Yeah, it looks all right. Hopefully it was just a little bit. But we do have a tweet here, guys, from Jay Davis that says, Percy Simmons seems like new territory for me to challenge. It'll be so good luck, Percy. Yeah, Jay Davis in action later on tonight. Of course, the new CMV Light Heavyweight Championship in dethroning Matt Devious last night at Dark Carnival. One hell of a match between those two. Now Davis looks to kick off his second reign with a bang by taking down Percy Simmons. A big opportunity for Simmons himself, though, to try to become #1 contender with Regicide on the horizon. Jay Davis needs a challenger. Repeated standing 450 splashes by the Race, he calls himself. Bryce Canyon, guys, we're already at the count of 5 here by referee Murphy, as Canyon is just beating the bloody hell out of Brandon Rain right now, trying to get the fight back in the ring just before the count of 8. And this one will continue cleanly. Gonna go for a pin now is Bryce Canyon, who's coming into this matchup off of a win on last week's Reality Wrestling, a triple threat match. He beat the debuting Park Sung-ho and Seth Royce. You know, he would have loved to continue his momentum here. Oh, what a float over DDT. And last night, guys, actually, after retaining the Rising Star title, Roderick Polerman would seemingly call out Brandon Rain for a rematch between the two of them, one-on-one at Point Break in 2 weeks' time. Brandon Rain, or Black Gale rather, and RGP have been going back and forth for months now, you know, revolving around the Rising Star Championship. But right now, Rain has got to be 100% focused on Canyon. Why can't I speak? I think I'm still a little bit worn out after yesterday. Oh! Springboard 450 splash, Phoenix Splash rather. And now into the corner, and bad news, guys, for Brandon Rain, because I believe I know what he's got, shoulder thrust. And now about to get this here. There's one super kick, second super kick, and now the third gonna connect flush. Brandon Rain in big time trouble. Let's look at this, wasting no time at all. Is the young and hungry Bryce Canyon gonna go for that beautiful Black Gale, now known as Brandon Rain? Knew that if he got hit with that, it would be lights out. Oh, scouted by Gale, but look at that reversal by Canyon into a victory roll. I believe Rain might be going for a powerbomb, but just a 2 count. Cruiserweight action here between these two superstars. All right, there's some nice lag yet again. Matchup, Bryce Canyon loving to show off his athleticism here tonight with that standing 450 splash. Now going to the top rope, perhaps a proper 450 splash. About to come our way. Nope, but a corkscrew moonsault, I guess. Up Gumbo and Soul. We got some nice lag here. I don't know what to do though. It's little spikes here and there so far, it seems, but I've tried everything. I think, yeah, I don't want this going on the entire show, though. It's downright annoying. I don't know what else to try, though. I've reset my router. I've lowered the quality. I've done everything. I love just getting, you know, months of no lag at all, and then out of nowhere, just some problem that's unfixable. It's my favorite thing in the world, but I can tell you what is fixable. Brandon Rain looking to bring home the victory, but no. A nice reversal by Canyon. Both these guys obviously did their homework on each other. Oh no. Now look at Canyon lining up his shot, and what could he be trying to attempt here? Looks like a vertebraker. I haven't seen one of those since Bannon. Good old Bannon, rest in peace, never forget, paying homage as the Race looks for a big win to kick off Fusion number 116. Nearly gets it, but not quite enough. The former Rising Star champion able to kick out there just in the nick of time. Stomp now to the midsection by Bryce Canyon as he brings Brandon Rain up to a vertical base across the shoulders. What's he looking to do here? Gonna hang Rain up to dry on that top rope. Now hooks the leg. Thinking that this might be enough, and it nearly is. That was a close one right there. I guess after this matchup, oh! Jumping headbutt. I mean, after this match, I'll try to, I don't know what more could do, but I don't know, I'll stop the stream and try to do something. Really, I've tried everything though, so I don't know what I could do. As Brandon currently showing off with these headstand side headlocks to the apron. He goes against Brandon Rain very well, maybe lining up Bryce Canyon for that springboard forearm, the blackout he calls it. Hooks the leg and that'll do her. 1, 2, no! Bryce Canyon with what a hell of a showing tonight. Black Gale arguing with referee Murphy, thought that was definitely a 3 count, but now looking to stay in the driver's seat, don't know exactly what he's doing here. Circling Bryce Canyon as if he's a hurt seal in the ocean or something. Shark circling him, smells the blood in the water. Tweet here, guys, from Roderick Pullman says nothing. Literally just it's just a tweet, but obviously letting us know that he is watching this matchup. Is the Rising Star champion after making his call out to Brandon Rain earlier tonight. Nice catchphrase right there by the man formerly known as Black Arrow. We know that Brandon Rain is who this man actually is, and Black Gale is the character he becomes when he is drunk, when he's drinking. Look at that though. Nice maneuver by Rain, just hanging up Price on the middle rope. That'll give you a sore throat. Drops down behind others. Canyon. Nice reversal right there. Trying to keep his head above the water. The young and wily Race. Trying his best to combat the efforts of Brandon out of the corner. And a second batch, it seems to be, from Bryce Canyon. 3 super kicks. There's 1. Now I'm going to actually technically 4. Now 5 and 6. That jaw gotta be hurting something fierce for Brandon Rain right now. Jawbreaker though, creates a bit of distance, gonna try to utilize that, brings Canyon in, European uppercut out of the front headlock, now going for a future shock DDT. That's gonna ring Bryce Canyon's bell as Brandon Rain turns to the crowd, spinning around, letting everybody get a good look at him. And now, like a tiger in the bush waiting to pounce, Brandon Rain with some crunchy 1, 2, chop. Really? All right, I am color me impressed. Bryce Canyon kicking out of a crunchy. What a showing by the Race. What a great way to kick off Fusion. Oh, look at that reversal by Rain though into a power bomb. Of course, guys, I was about to touch on it earlier. Ryan Kent is not here tonight. Neither is World Champion Hayden. Yes, you are hearing me correct, but in our main event, we are going to see a first-time matchup between Damian and Paul Devine as a second time. Crunchy by Rain. 1, 2, 3, and that's gonna do it. Brandon Rain, it was not easy work by Bryce Canyon, but the former Rising Star champion and Ab himself an impressive victory here at the top of our show. And indeed, guys, our main event will see the 21-1, I should say. 21-1, technically now. 21-1-1. After his draw last night against Ryan Kent, he is in action against Paul Devine. That should be one hell of a matchup. Ryan Kent and world champion Hayden are not here tonight, guys, but we have got big news regarding the world title match at Regicide. Will be revealed later on tonight. And indeed, you are hearing me correctly. Hayden is once again the undisputed champion, now making history as the first ever and only 5-time undisputed champion. Not just that, but set under for most reigns of any singular championship in CMV history. Of course, we know that last night at Dark Carnival, Paul Devine did defeat Hayden to win the undisputed championship and become a 4-time world champion. But Murphy both making a big mistake, as we all saw it. Hayden had his hand on the bottom rope after the match. Devine realized what had happened, tried to get the championship back to Hayden, but Kitely would not have it. Devine said, "I do not want this championship. I don't want my win tainted. I'm going to win. I want to win right." So challenged Hayden to a game of poker with the championship on the line. And Hayden up winning that game, though we then found out by Quantum that Devine actually had the winning hand, but allowed Hayden to win. Think he had the better hand. And so Hayden is indeed another first in CMV history, a championship changing hands via a card game. Last night at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Detroit, Michigan. Of course, we're here in Portland, Michigan tonight. And what a way to kick off the show. That with Brand Rain picking up a victory now. Guys, up next, our first of 2 #1 contenders matches tonight. Regicide is 4 weeks away, the night where every title on Fusion will be on the line. And we're about to see who will be challenging the Ballers Club for the CMV Fusion Tag Team titles, as the Brass Ring Club and Shebang continue their ongoing rivalry, currently with 1 win apiece on both. They settle it tonight with a big opportunity up for grabs. Of course, I'm sure the Brass Ring Club would love nothing more than to get a shot at the Ballers Club, their arch rivals, but the team of Jimmy Gimmick and Shanaz Andoni looking to party to a championship shot. It was Percy Simmons and Shindig Shebang yesterday on the pre-show Carnival that got a 6-man tag victory over the Brass Ring Club. Ken Sullivan and JT Fury bounce back here. #1 contender 6-pack challenge as voted by the CMV Universe. We'll find out who will face Pierre Thompson for the United States Championship. Regicide, it'll be Azrael, Perry Heenan, Harvey Hastings, Mateo Hume, Alistair Knox, and Jacob Ziegler going at it. Also tonight, guys, we have got the new Mr. Money in the Bank, 1/4 of the Fusion Tag Team Champions, Chris Diamond, taking on the returning King of the Ring, Andrew Briggs, in a highly anticipated matchup. The two of them have been talking smack on Twitter for weeks. Andrew Briggs returns tonight to deliver some pain to Mr. Money in the Bank. And what a co-main event we have, guys. It's going to be Travis King and Logan Hale taking on the team of Josh Wolf and Schmitty. We remember what happened last night. Josh Wolf defying Johnny Sampson's orders and attacking Travis King backstage, and then Schmitty defeating Bison inside of Lethal Lockup. Now the general manager looks to punish the both of them at the same time by sicking his dogs on them. Travis King and I guess a new associate of Sampson's and Logan Hale, as Bison is not here tonight. He did not arrive to the arena. Chris is forced to wear that mask by his doctor, suffering an injury back at the Tag Team Cup at the hands, actually, of the Ballers Club. And again, what a main event it's going to be. Damien against Paul Devine. And a poll on our website, cmbwrestling.com, exclamation point, join in the chat. We'll give you a link. Is currently asking what main event you would like to see happen next week here on Fusion. And winning right now is Paul Devine versus Ryan Kent, actually. The other two options being Damien versus Ryan Kent and Damien versus Hayden. But a lot of people seem to want to see a bit of an X-Gen reunion between Devine and Kent as the Brass Ring Club in the ring. And out here come Shindig Shebang, out to have a good time and perhaps get themselves a future shot at those tag team titles. Shanaz Andoni, of course, one of the most decorated tag team competitors in CMV history. A 2-time World Tag Team Champion, first reigning of all time to this day. And a tag team champion as well last season. He won with Iron Sheik, held that for 2 months. Now with Jimmy Gimmick, looking to maybe earn his 4th. in the tag team division. Slag pisses me the fuck off. I don't even care if it's little spikes every couple minutes for a second. It's just like why? Why is it doing that shit? My life, you know? That's just me. Freeze frame. Yep, that's me. Look at that Jimmy Gimmick, though, start things off against Chris Sullivan with a beautiful McGillicudder. Modified neck breaker. Jimmy Gimmick, also an experienced tag team competitor and other promotions, actually with current international champion Lance Martini over on Genesis. Lance Martini, of course, in 2 weeks' time, March 18th, will defend his international title inside of the Elimination Chamber at Point Break. This Friday on Genesis, we find out who will fill the last spot inside of that chamber when D'Angelo Prince takes on Elijah Stewart. And, of course, we find out who the sixth man of the Alpha World Championship chamber may be. If Reese Matthews can defeat Bob Luger, he will earn that final spot. And don't forget the main event of Genesis this Friday, guys. Guri Sokolov and Chris Andrews one-on-one for the Alpha World Championship. Who will enter the chamber as champion? Find out this Friday as Chris Sullivan going to duck Jimmy Gimmick out of the ring with a hellacious clothesline. Now a tag to JT Fury and Shindig Shaman. Going to have to be weary of Flashy ringside. Of course, up next, Percy Simmons will be taking on Jay Davis in a non-title matchup. Big opportunity for the deck. While Jay Davis will be seeking to continue his dominant tear through the light heavyweight division since his return last month. Winning the championship impressively off of Matt Devious last night at Dark Carnival. Look at Jimmy Gimmick jumping right through JT to make the hot tag to the real number one Bubba. Here comes Shinaz, baby. But unfortunately gets that Enziguri countered. That did not last very long. Snap suplex now. Clothesline right there by Antoni. Now the Enziguri is successfully pulled off. JT Fury gets his bell rung. Dazed and confused Irish Chris Sullivan on the rebound. Goes for a super click. Fury, though, shakes the cobwebs and a nice Pele kick. Beautiful Pele kick. Probably one of the best Pele kicks I've ever seen. Sorry, Harvey. Oh, look at this, though. Vintage JT. The schoolboy popped up into a butterfly DDT. The Brass Ring Club would love nothing more than to get their hands on the Ballers Club for the titles at Regicide as they look to do so right here. Shindig Shebang, and more specifically, Shanaz in big trouble. Nilsson Sullivan into the pit. Antoni in big trouble. Can Gimmick save him? Will JT falling miserably as Gimmick just throws him in, but Sullivan like, hey, let me try one more time. Only a one count, and there goes Gimmick down to the outside. Lightning uppercut right out Sullivan with his tongue. You see Shanaz Sullivan. Oh my God, are you kidding? Fuck me. Jesus Christ, dude. Great, now it's actually getting really bad. I don't know what to do here. I've tried everything. All right, let me try resetting my router one more time, maybe turning down the quality, I guess, even more, even though I already have it turned down. Who sent me a message here? I see you playing WWE. What is your hashtag? What? All right, guys, let me try to fix this one more time. BRB.